Happy Friday, guys. Happy Friday. Come in the building. Let's get this convo started. Let's get it started. Come on in the building and let's get this convo started. Yeah. Just want to put up my star member there. Put up my new member there. Although this was a couple days ago, I want to always make sure I recognize those that become members, because we are going to get to that point where it's going to be a member only show soon. But I'm in the building. What's going on, Gregory? I see you. Yeah. In those streets and so. I'm in the building. Let me go ahead and take that down. I'm in the building. Hit the like button. Hit it. As soon as we get a couple more people in here, we're going to get started. Yep. What's going on? Jonathan Gonzalez, I see you in the building. As you all come in, and those that haven't said a word, hit the like button. There's 11 of you watching so far. I want to see those likes run up. Run those likes up. Run them up. All right, let's bring this down a little bit. Let's bring that down a little bit more, so we got a clear, precise understanding of one another on this glorious Friday of all days. Yeah, know how it go. But let's get started. Again, welcome back to Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. And you're going to see me look over here because this is where my main screen is. My camera is kind of doing its own little thing right now. But I'm going to be looking kind of on an angle a little bit, because nevertheless, that's where I'm at. So I think this is a little bit better right here. Don't you think? That should be a tiny bit better. But again, welcome back to Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. Hoop Facts Talk is where we are. You see the title. We're talking about how the camp ramp up, and we are definitely on the road to watching the first set of games. I think Fever Camp ended today, if I'm not mistaken. They have like the first game coming up, but we're gonna break some things down. We're gonna talk about some things. The WNBA training camp officially of course, we already know it's underway and it's about done. At this point, we're going to start seeing some players teams that have too many players start dwindling down their numbers to get the right amount of players that they're supposed to have, which the roster holds 12 with 2 developmental players, which is a total of 14. So we are wrapping that up. Me personally, I don't think that that's enough time to really evaluate, but hey, the season is here. The season is upon us, and this is where we are with it. So this 2026 season, I am ready to see it kick off. I'm ready to see where everybody has landed and what they're doing and how the teams have shaped up, and the most dynamic which will be a part of one of the most dynamic seasons that the W is going to have. This is going to be a fantastic year. A season that we probably have not seen literally ever in the W. But yes, we are here for it. We've got major roster shakeups, new team chemistry, and let's see how they formed. Because one thing, to get a team moving, it doesn't matter what great players you have on the team. If the chemistry isn't there, and you can't form a bond within your team, you just a broken up team. And we've seen that time and time again. Whether it's WNBA or NBA, or whether it's NFL or wherever, whatever sport it is, you see that quite often. If the chemistry hasn't formed, then the teams do not play well. And again, the big names will just be big names, and that's simply it. So today we're gonna look at just the joyfulness and the recap, of course, of Angel with the dream, watching her do some more workouts. But I have no cap space. I got something for you guys I'm going to pull up that I'm going to let you read. And that's what we're talking about when we talk about the new team of Angel and why Angel name keeps coming up amongst the Chicago Sky, aka Vandersloot. And I say Chicago Sky because if folks are putting out, articles, then it's whether it's just her or it's the organization as a whole that's putting pieces out. And at this point, I think that it is just old and weak and tired, and they need to just let it go. Courtney Vandersloot, veterans presence with her team. And let's see if it works out, because they seem to think that this is where the reloading system is going to work based on how Vandersloot has purposely and vigorously stated that she's had a hand in on every bit of it. And then Kenny Carter, and her talents and presence and the pressure that's going to be upon her with the Las Vegas Aces, and just her having another chance to rest herself in a landing spot. I just think it's just awesome. I can't wait to see it. This is very, very extremely exciting for all of us to see. But, while we do that, we're going to get into it right after this. Right, we are back, and guess what? Let me go ahead and pay homage to my chat since they're here. Already got Greg. Hey, Jonathan Gonzalez, I got you. What's going on? She wins. What's happening, June Brown? Brass, I see you. What's going on, my man? It's always a pleasure to see you in the building. You see what's up. We're gonna get that convo in. And Brass, if you want to come up, you just let me know. I got you. What's going on, Van? I see you. Stephen Wagner. I'm new. Welcome. I am so glad you are new to my channel. Go ahead, do me a favor there, Stephen. Hit that like button. Once you hit that like button, go on over to that subscribe button and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so every time I drop, you are a part of Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. Same thing. What's going on? That's Seuss. I see you in the building. I see you. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Now, let's get into it. Now, I have something that I want to start off with because I want to get this out for the last time. Don't forget, if you are a member of Cut the Ish, we will be on again tonight at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, we will be there. That is 2,100 hours for you military folks. 2,100 hours. We will be on Cut the Ish, but it is members only. Members only. So if you're not a member, I will go over there and become a member. So that way you could go ahead and you could be a part of something special tonight. We just gonna chill out. We're gonna vibe, and we're gonna have some great conversations over there. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and take this off so you can hear me extremely clearly. Tell me if you guys like my music, my intro as I'm coming in. We got the music going. We're getting everybody in the building. Hey, the building is getting hot, so make sure you're hitting the like button. Please make sure you're hitting the like button. But let's get to this. I got a video from No Cap Space, and I definitely, really, truly want to bring this up. Hey, I want to say thank you to Big Girl for getting this to me. And I really want to listen to it in its entirety. So bear with me. I'm gonna have to break here and there, right? So we can really truly just dissect what they're saying. Let's do that. I see in the building some more maintenance. What's going on, my Raw Wallace? What's going on? You seem to be new. If you're not new, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new, hit the like button and the subscribe button. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop. Well, what's going on, Robert Jones? I see you. T. Camilla is hot in the building. What up, T. Camilla? I know that if you hadn't seen this from No Cap Space, you need to probably definitely take a good look at it. Stay nice and tight with it. Nice and tight with it, because I'm bringing it to you if you haven't heard it. The things that they said are all so true. So without further ado, let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right, let me get to it. I'm saying let's get into it here. I'm not even there yet. Here we go. All right, guys, here we go. Let me take it off of mute. And hit play. As a matter of fact, let's bring it here. There we go. That helps it even better. So you have a better view. It's nice, large, and you'll have all that other excess at the bottom. But also, let me drag right there. All right. Let's go.
Different. The existing, the players that are there all seem kind of stoked to be there. Skylar Diggins had an interesting quote about how she and Courtney Vandersloot have talked throughout their careers about playing together, and that helped get her to Chicago, Skylar Diggins to Chicago. Azurá Stevens was quoted as being someone that is, gets along well with Vandersloot, and so that was a big piece of Azurá deciding to come to Chicago in free agency. We got Camila Cardoso back. You have Rickea Jackson in the room. And it seems like the big message from Chicago has been whatever has happened the last couple of years is not representative of who we are. And the framing of it to a degree has basically been, Angel Reese brought a level of chaos and it's over now, right? And, I think, Angel, to her credit, hasn't gotten in the mud too much. I think in her opening presser, I'm sure it chafed some feelings in Chicago, in those offices about what she said about getting a fresh start. But I don't think it was anything inherently wrong or untrue. But the big news was Courtney Vandersloot's comments after she surfaced in a really great article by Julia Poe, the Chicago Tribune, which you should go take a look and read in full. Where she kind of discusses with Julia her impact on free agency and sort of positions herself as this kind of unofficial, vizier and advisor of Jeff Pagliocca and Tyler Marsh, the Chicago Sky head coach. So you have Vandersloot's quote. It's in the newsletter today, I think.
Yes. Yeah. I can put it on the screen here.
And so before he gets started with that, we got to remember that sometimes, and I got to pull that video. There we go. I got to do it like so. So that's not up. And so keep in mind, as these guys are going and expressing themselves and letting us know the ins and the outs, No Cap Space is a great resource for Chicago Sky. And they give a good analysis for the most part. Sometimes they may say some things that I think is absolutely could be asinine, borderline, let's say borderline asinine, but nevertheless, they get their point across. And so it's someone that we kind of go to for resource. They do their due diligence. We do our due diligence. We kind of match it all up in the same era. Here we go. Let me pull them back up and let's get started.
Make it a little bit
beautiful. So there's a lot of interesting things that are in this story. I will read the portion that we clipped out. Again, subscribe to the free daily newsletter. You have this in your inbox when it comes out. But Julia writes, still, those comments, meaning Angel Reese's, forced the Sky's leadership to reassess their approach to roster building. And in Chicago, that leadership includes Vandersloot. The guard is included in most planning conversations with Pagliacca and Marsh about the team's future. And by recruiting free agents from longtime competitor Skylar Diggins to longtime friend Azare Stevens, Vandersloot helped to shape the next iteration of the team's identity. The biggest thing in our conversations was we wanted people that were 100% bought in on the Chicago Sky, Vandersloot said. That's how we address free agency. Whether it was a free agent or making a trade, we wanted to make sure that this was a place they wanted to be long-term. It wasn't if this, if that, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's how the conversation shifted. Understanding that we're trying to build something, and to do that, we need complete buy-in from everyone. Tyler, on the surface, it's not a super out there set of quotes. However, you cannot divorce these quotes away from all of the context that got us to this point. So when people are kind of parachuting into that one individual quote or that one individual story and saying WNBA fans are taking this like way too seriously, well, it's because there's this whole back end of context behind it where this reads different, especially to me at least, using the operative term of we.
Keyword we, right? And we all talked about that, right? When you say we, regardless to whether you meant it or not, you don't say anything you don't mean, guys. You don't say anything you don't mean. When you're speaking in these layman terms right here, you're saying you yourself had a hand in it. So let's keep going.
As in, like, not you are a passive observer and advisor in making the choices, but we as in active, I am involved directly with the choices that are being made. And if that is the case, you are allowing a 37-year-old point guard coming off of an ACL tear to arguably chart the next course of your franchise. And I will be honest, I've never seen that happen. Right. It, to me, the closest analog I can even remotely comprehend is if Chris Paul came back to the Clippers like 2 or 3 years ago, and they started trying to build win now around 37-year-old Chris Paul. Think about that from a terminology standpoint, right? Because we got a lot of NBA fans that are finding new content through us, and welcome. Yeah. But like, this is our
welcome. We are gravitating to your content. We like it, right? If you're someone that kind of gets the inside scoop, and breaking it down and pull all. Of course, we're going to use you. But that article, we've seen it, we've heard it, right? But just thinking about what No Cap Space was discussing in this, and I'll get back to it. And remember, I have to kind of give some analytics through it. I can't just watch the video all the way through, or else YouTube's going to take it down. But you just have to think about the analytics of what they're saying. It's I saw where MSL was saying that they did a great job of it, but they didn't fully give pretty much Sloot a beat down in this, like this was all in her hands, right? Because at some point, and to their point in that way, is yes, this is Pagliacca and Aglo, however you want to say his name, Coach P, GMD, whatever you want to call him, right? She's only going to do what they allow her to do. And you're forming this team around somebody that's not going to be there very long, right? Whether she stays, she gets healthy and she tries to stay 2 more years or 3 more years, or maybe just a year stint, right? Because in my opinion, I think she's trying to surpass a particular goal. And at the end of the day, look, you've already done great, right? And they use the Chris Paul era as a way to say, look, you were good, you were great when you had the floor and you had the opportunity and you could do all sorts of things and you accomplished this, that, and the third, and you got all of these records, you've put up numbers, assists, steals, all that stuff. But she wants to be go down as one of the greatest. And that at some point that would have been great. But right now she's tarnishing everything about her name and the things that she has accomplished, especially with Chicago Sky. And it takes it into Rickea Jackson's comment where Rickea Jackson, said, look, every organization has their flaws and their problems. And she's absolutely correct. Everybody's not perfect. Everybody has something going on, the intangibles. And we talked about this a little bit day before. You're going to have each organization that has something that they have going on. And it ain't very much you could do about it other than play within it and listen to the conversations around it. But because these guys are such liars and they're very sneaky at what they're doing, and the Dear Rollins and all these people, it's just ridiculous. But let's get back to it.
For Chris Paul a little bit here. And it just doesn't look good to be and appear to be that active when we don't even know how good this is all going to look by the end of the year.
Yeah. Look.
Get cooking.
Check this out. I'm going to show you how I afforded this car.
Nope, let's pull it down, and we can't hear that commercial. So I'll just pull it down as these little infomercials pop up and pull it back up. There you go.
You're trying to win now on the timeline of Courtney Vandersloot. Because why would Courtney Vandersloot say, hey,
so bad when you
bring me into this conversation and let me help you lose during my last 2 years, however long she's going to be playing in the WNBA. So your thought process, if you are the Chicago Sky front office,
right,
is, and it sounded like in the preseason press conference and everything that we've had, Jeff Pagliacca, he said, everyone on social media, like, I'm paraphrasing, like I'm paraphrasing. Let me emphasize that I'm paraphrasing. But like everyone keeps talking about the Chicago Sky, but look, we looked inwards, and we're gonna fix this. Like the things that you've heard, everyone keeps talking about us, but no one's talking about the good things. Look, I promise, I'm not out to get the Chicago Sky. I have no but it's always the Chicago Sky.
Always the scene of the crime.
This isn't. There was a quote. I think it was Sherry from the Ball Knower. Shout out to you, who posted it on Twitter. It was a quote from, I forget at what point during the saga, but it was about Angel in Chicago and the mess of all that from last season, where I talked about these aren't new things. There's just new currency. Yes. And the new currency is the motion. The motion that Angel had was not a currency that was available to any of the past stars or all-star caliber player or MVP caliber player that had come to Chicago and left Chicago and then won elsewhere.
Right.
To try and act like this is some problem of buy-in from the past, I just find hard to believe. Maybe it wasn't the buy-in that Courtney Vandersloot wanted. Maybe this wasn't her vision of her Chicago Sky that is apparently what we're operating under in the year of our Lord 2026.
Right. Come on now, say it.
I was already annoyed at the general premise of trying to win now.
Yes.
And now the idea that in those rooms where you're trading another first round pick for JC Sheldon, that's a wicked strike. But are we serious? And to think now, where I'm thinking, man, Jeff, what are you doing? Secretly, on this shoulder has been Courtney Vandersloot saying, what if we signed Skylar Diggins too? What if we trade another first round pick? And again, are the Chicago Sky better than last year? I think so.
Yeah.
But you're doing
I don't even think it's up for debate. It's a better roster. It's a better roster. I think
who on earth would think that the roster that they have right now is not a better roster from last year? Of course it's a better roster from last year. You have players that actually were elite players on the teams and where they came from. And I understand it's the win now mentality for them by trying to get somebody like, of course, Skylar Diggins. You're going to have to dig deep because this season start and this shit don't pan out. It's going to be a problem. But when you got a coach that says, whatever you like. I would do whatever you like. Those moments happen, right? And so I'm not concerned about what those players are doing over there, right? Because those are players, again, that came from other teams, other programs, where they were actually playing, where they were productive, where they were deciding factors of a game, win or lost game. Sheldon was moved around, but the best Sheldon could do is just do her job, and that's just be a PG. That's it. Why is Sheldon with the Sky when you have Skylar, you have HVL, and you have Sloot? I couldn't tell you. But again, the dumbest move, as they said, you're giving up a first round pick for Sheldon. I like Sheldon. I just don't know what's the reason of bringing Sheldon, because you also is still giving Rachel Banham the opportunity to have the ball in her hands, which she really don't need the ball in her hands. She's a 2, and she needs to play as a 2. Let's get back to it.
I think we can accept that.
Yes, no, and I am right 100%. Yeah. For what? To make Courtney Vandersloot happy? What's the point? Yeah. Go be an assistant GM. There's plenty of room across front offices. We see people working. There's people getting front office jobs all the time. I promise you, if you're this tapped in already, I think that the Chicago Sky can find a position for you.
Huh.
I just struggle to find any reasoning. And it's frankly knowing what the comments have been, where it's like, she's talking about like, hey, Azurá Stevens is making $1 million. She better come and produce. It's like, did you help sign that cap sheet?
Huh.
Like what is the involvement here? Because to your point, this is a we statement. This is not a, oh, hey, like they had asked me, like, yeah, Skylar Diggins was ready and she came to me and I kind of sold her on the idea. This is far past like player involvement in free agency, because that's a thing that happens. Look at Unrivaled. Look at how many teammates from Unrivaled are now teammates in the WNBA. To tell me that these conversations aren't happening between players, it's not like that. But and even to a degree, we've heard like Kurt Miller talking about, yeah, like we talked to Paige, we talked to Enrique about free agency stuff. Those are the players that they're building around for the next decade. Courtney Vandersloot is maybe here for a year. I am already, and it's very well known, right. I don't like being in the middle. And I think that Chicago has not only put themselves in the middle, but has invested resources to go and be in the middle. And they're doing it. From what I gather from this, it's Courtney Vandersloot in some degree being in that room. And it feels like, to some degree, the timeline is Courtney Vandersloot in the year of our Lord, 2026. There is simply no way that this can make any degree of sense to anybody unless they are just locked in with Courtney Vandersloot. And who is locked in with Courtney Vandersloot more than anyone, Andrew?
Right.
My man, Jeff Pagliocca.
Look, it's no secret how I feel about the way that the front office has been run. But this is to a degree that is legitimate malpractice. Like there is no comp to your point
that's what I wanted y'all to hear. You know, just harnessing on keywords like malpractice, right? Guys, you're in the building. Go ahead and hit the like button. It's 140 plus up in this building. Hit the like button. I should have 140 thumbs up. Go ahead and hit that like button. It should be there, guys. Even if you don't comment, go ahead and hit the like button. Right? Key entity words. One word can spell a whole team. It can spell a whole narrative. Gotta hear it. Gotta hear it nice and clear. Here we go.
We have to make hypothetical comps to try and decipher what the Chicago Sky are doing right now. It makes no sense on paper. And then now you go and bring this into it. I'm lost. I'm lost.
I'm lost too.
What bothers me about this, right, is if you want to be charitable to Jeff Pagliocca and Tyler Marsh, I think there is a mindset you can work yourself into, or a belief you can talk yourself into, that Courtney Vandersloot in that interview is overstating her impact. and that this is much closer to an advisorship type of role that a longtime star with the franchise has had, instead of this coming across as taking an active role in this, right? The notion that you only have 1 or 2 years left with this player on the floor, so you're going to go all in because you feel you owe it to her for her years of service and good soldierdom in this organization, this feels like some stuff that Michael Alter would value, frankly. At the expense of maybe a 5 to 10 year view, there's this idea that this is the only person that has stuck with me and stuck with this organization. And as EDD has come and gone, as Candace has come and gone, as Angel Reese has come and gone, Courtney Vandersloot has been the person that's been there for this franchise. And so we're going to repay that back. What I have heard from people within that organization is that Michael Alter does value loyalty a lot. And I think the fact that they were able to get Rickea Jackson is a nice prize to create a bridge if you want to do it. And if I'm going to give credit to Jeff Pagliocca, and frankly, I'm a lot higher on this Chicago team, I think, Tyler, than you. I actually really liked what he did in this free agency and trade period. I think he got great value in the draft with Hawkes. I think that he got a reasonable return for Angel, given that Angel wanted to prioritize going to Atlanta. You get a young star in Rickea Jackson, who you can technically, assuming you do right by her while she is here, because even this week, you have her in media scrums talking about how this is the first franchise she's gone to where she has truly felt valued. And that is a not so coded shot about Los Angeles, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, this is an example in Rickea's case. You can show us right now if you learn. If you want the bad news to stop, if you want us to take you a little more seriously, to not treat you as like the New York Knicks or the Chicago Bulls of this league, you have another star here, a real deal star with really high ceiling potential in this league in the long term.
Hello.
Yes, indeed. She said, "You want to play with me?" No. Can't play with. Get up off the screen so I can get back to
she is coming to a place where she is already saying she feels valued in a different way than her first franchise. If you've learned anything from Chicago, has some kind of interesting vibes right now.
My bad. I hit the wrong button.
2026. There is simply no way, that this can make any.
Let's see. I think I was right here.
Has come and gone. Courtney Vandersloot has been the person that's been there for this franchise. And so we're going to repay that back. What I have heard from people within that organization is that Michael Alter does value loyalty a lot. And I think the fact that they were able to get Rickea Jackson is a nice prize to create a bridge if you want to do it. And if I'm going to give credit to Jeff Pagliocca, and frankly, I'm a lot higher on this Chicago team, I think, Tyler, than you. I actually really liked what he did in this free agency and trade period. I think he got great value in the draft with Hawkes. I think that he got a reasonable return for Angel, given that Angel wanted to prioritize going to Atlanta. You get a young star in Rickea Jackson, who you can technically, assuming you do right by her while she is here, because even this week, you have her in media scrums talking about how this is the first franchise she's gone to where she has truly felt valued. And that is a not so coded shot about Los Angeles, obviously.
Yeah.
But like, this is an example in Rickea's case. You can show us right now if you learn. If you want the bad news to stop, if you want us to take you a little more seriously, to not treat you as like the New York Knicks or the Chicago Bulls of this league, you have another star here, a real deal star with really high ceiling potential in this league in the long term.
And with him saying that, you got to know who he's talking about, right? Everybody knows he's talking about Rickea. I think Rickea has a nice upside to her. Have an opportunity to do some things now. And what they're saying, Chicago Sky is saying they want to pull Jackson out and have her play the three. But I'm like these guys. Isn't that what she was doing? Isn't that what she was doing in LA? I want to say, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Brass, but I think that's the position she was essentially playing, and was not Ezra Ray playing the 4. I'm curious.
Yeah, Ezra Ray played the stretch 4.
Exactly.
And Rakia was playing the 3.
Exactly.
Actually, she's more of a 2 than a 3, in my opinion, based on her skill set. And I understand what my what Dude's saying, but this I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish with your analysis of this particular video, because I have a couple of points I want to make, but so far, yeah. But to answer your question, that's basically what Rakia was in Los Angeles.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think anybody is tricked by that. So that's pretty interesting when they like to have those type of conversations, and that may Tyler Marsh and Jeff P. Let's get back to it, y'all.
She is coming to a place where she is already saying she feels valued in a different way than her first franchise. If you've learned anything from Sylvia Fowles, from Elena Deladon, from Candace Parker, from Kalia Copper, from Angel Reese, like, you will have created an environment where this kid will want to stick around for a future contract.
Yeah.
And she will not be looking for the exits after 1 year. And this is your time to prove that something was learned here, right? Because Angel Reese is going to be fine in Atlanta. That franchise is going to take care of her. You know, they already have. She's on a really good team, and there's money that's already going into that franchise in a lot of really, really notable ways that are still kind of going through the processes, but there's investment happening, substantial ones within that franchise. So if you want to win that narrative war, because it seems like that's important, given that these comments and side swipes are still happening, then you have to prove it through the work that you're doing. Part of that is getting this new facility done. Another part of that is improving your game day experience at Wintrust. A third part of that is doing right by your fans, making having a competitive product, and also having the proper investment in your support staff, in your players, so they feel like they are in a major league environment for the first time ever. That's what you have to do. And if you do that, you will have vindicated everything Courtney Vandersloot has said. But it still does not change the very immutable fact that the way she is presenting this in the press, very important distinction.
Right.
It's not that she is doing it per se. It's that she is presenting to us that she played that large of a role. And that is not ego without merit, mind you, because Courtney Vandersloot been her. 24 to 33 years old, that's a number 2, if not number 1 point guard in the league. Flirting multiple times with 50-40-90, multiple seasons of a 5-to-1 assist to turnover ratio, like double-double a couple of years where she's not scoring a ton, but she doesn't need to because she is the distributor and is averaging like 10 assists a game, right? This is a player that was her, that you would build a franchise around.
Right.
But so it feels like there's ego at play with her, but it's ego of merit, which I get, but there also has to be a diminishing of your own ego when you know that age is coming.
I.e. what we've been talking about since the moment she landed herself back into Chicago, because we all know she only came into Chicago because she became a bench warmer for New York. New York really didn't have much use for her anymore. She wasn't that player that, even when she came off the bench, that was productive. So to come back to a place because you have ties with and friendship and loyalty to someone that's going to let you come and now be a floor general again and be in charge and run things like as if mother time isn't on your side, that's a problem. Because again, I'm these guys at no cap, right? Brash, she only has a limited amount of time left to play. So why is it that you guys invested so much in Sloot alone and not went ahead and went with the bigs that you had and made sure the same thing that they did this year with this free agency, brought in guards that would be beneficial to those bigs, and you wouldn't have had the situation you ran into.
That's correct. And we got to keep in mind that there's a reason why Vandersloot was benched in New York, but we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah. Let's get through it, y'all. We got a few more minutes of this. I mean, they definitely cooking, y'all.
Yeah.
And you can't not know the age is coming. There is no self-awareness here. And that's what I think is rubbing people the wrong way.
To wrap it up on my side, it's funny, and to bring back the Chris Paul comp, think about Chris Paul in Oklahoma City.
Imagine being able to build an app.
I don't want to imagine nothing. Get up off of here before you get me in trouble.
What did he do? He took this whole young team and turned them into defensive players of the years, MVPs. Eventually, the groundwork that became an NBA champion.
Yeah.
Compare that to what this sounds like. And that's, I think, where that difference here is standing out to me so massively. Because to me, in my eyes, and maybe this is the bias coming in where I've seen it work firsthand with my NBA team being here, going through those years, seeing it up close and personal. I was an intern at the Thunder. So I was very close up with it,
Yeah.
But if you care about the Chicago Sky as the franchise, why are we thinking about 1 year?
Yeah.
If that's the way that this is coming off as, and that is the vibe that I get from this. And to your point, and the massive point here is that this is how it's being, kind of displayed publicly. We don't know. We don't know what meetings Courtney Vandersloot was in, but talking like this versus the way that I heard Chris Paul, who I think the way you describe Courtney Vandersloot in terms of her place in the league, that sounds very, very similar to Chris Paul during the prime years, and then the years where he kind of starts waning off and is still a capable player, but isn't the player that they were. The difference in that, if this is what it comes off as, I simply cannot shake. And that to me is the difference between building a champion or not. And right now, while I don't disagree on really anything you said about this year's build for Chicago in terms of this year, because they did get way better, and can they try and maybe host like in the playoffs? Like if you tell me that they're in the mix at like 4, 5, 6, like I wouldn't be surprised by that. But what about 28, 29? Yeah. And that's where, because to me you're in the mix to host. Congrats. What is that? You want to hang a banner for hosting? That's not what you hang banners for. So that's where I just can't. Everything I hear makes me feel more vindicated about why they should build for the future. But this is going to be a much better Chicago team. But and I think the vibes in total seem better just in general. But goodness, I mean these Sloot quotes, because there's been multiple at this point, and it's been Sloot, several times.
All Sloot.
It's hard to shake in my brain right now.
It just feels like a player, and again, I don't disagree, right? Like I again can understand the very human emotion that is driving some of these things. But the way it reads to me is someone who kind of can't see that the lights are starting to flicker a little bit. and feels, as a lot of some of these athletes do, especially like control freak point guards, right? Like when you're used to running things on the floor in your life, like it's probably hard to kind of let go of the notion that like I'm 37 coming off an ACL tear, right? Because she still, was someone that when she left New York, she still felt like she was a starting caliber point guard in this league. And I'm sure she still feels that way now. But I agree with your point that when you're looking at in 1 year increments, like that's not how you build a lasting culture. You're doing rent-a-culture. And if your entire discussion is about rebuilding the culture of Chicago Sky basketball, what really is that culture? What exactly is that? Because we like to go.
That's a good question. I really don't know what their culture is, to be honest with you, Brass. Ever since I've been watching them, I've seen shit.
I know what kind of culture it is, but go ahead.
Well, I mean, we could definitely say that culture for sure.
I mean, there's you could describe a culture any way you want. It can be negative, it can be positive.
Yeah. Hey guys, hit the like button. There's 172 plus in here. Hit the like button. Let's go.
Go back and look at 2021 as this grand success story. That team was like a 1 or 2 game above 500 team that snuck into the playoffs and were not a high seed and then went on this incredible playoff run. But like that wasn't a top 2 like end-to-end dominant team that was like a supreme validation of roster construction. It was a team of veterans that got really damn hot. And again, when you have Candace Parker and Courtney Vandersloot and Kalia Copper, like, yeah, you're going to
that can happen.
That can do it. Yeah, you can do it with that group. But it just is interesting to me that there is this discussion of like, let's get back to that, when that was kind of a weird time in itself for the franchise too. That wasn't a supremely functional era.
Do we need to talk about James Wade? Like, we didn't forget about this.
Like, we just he's like season 8 in Game of Thrones. Like, we just don't acknowledge his existence. And it was like, dude, he made people like Azurá Stevens left because of him, and she came back now. But like, it's these weird things where there's just this like there's a place for us to return to, and I don't see that. And to me, it's all of this from the jump. It has been it's messaging problems. It's constant messaging problems. And you can take umbrage if you're Michael Alter or Pags or whoever and say, who gives a shit about messaging? Like, what matters is result. Well, like, brother, when you're in the motion business and you're in the people business, because that's what sports is at the end of the day, how you judge and talk about people and how you conduct those relationships, it matters.
Yeah.
Big time.
So it's been interesting. Very interesting to see.
It's been a thing where now you're not only it seems like you're trying to patch up your internal culture, and you that needs to happen, but you're also deep in the hole from public perception. And I think, to me, I think that starts internally with the culture. But if you are like, I like the idea of rent a culture. How does that change the public perception of Chicago in the long term, which is in desperate need of a revamp? And clearly they're hearing what people are saying on social media. Jeff brought it up in the preseason press conference. So like, there was obviously an understanding and at minimum an acknowledgement of those feelings. But like, do they feel that those messages, whether it's someone like me talking about it, if it's a fan on social media talking about it, do they feel like those are legitimate like gripes? Or do they just feel like you're wrong, we're right, like we're gonna do it this way? And we'll see how it works out. We'll see how it works out. But I have a lot of questions and worries, to put it lightly.
The thing that I just don't like about it is like they're still treating this franchise like it's a maligned entity. Like, look, man, I'm not just sitting at home in fucking Chattanooga, like scheming up ways to invent bullshit about the Chicago Sky to make Jeff Pagliocca and Mike Walton, man. Like, dude, people come to us and tell us these things. People go to our friends in other places, other media outlets, and they tell them those things, and we vet them and we balance them against the information that we have. We count sources. We compare. People say we compare sources, and when we need the actual comment from team officials, we go through the proper channels and email the communications department the list of questions. Like. There is nothing that has really been written about this team or this franchise that's inaccurate.
Right.
Because most of the time it's coming from the players. And, so like, it's not our fault.
It's public. No, legitimately, like 95% of the things that we know about the Chicago Sky has been public player comment. To whether it's players that have left, whether it's players still there, like it's It's been a media scrum.
Pause it real quick.
Yeah.
One quick point on that. It ain't just the players.
It's
It's just the players. It's the media.
It's the whole media over there.
And I'm not talking about Chicago media. I'm talking about outside media. Whereas the Chicago media are stenographers for Pagliocca. He like Constavile and what's the other one's name?
I saw his video.
Julia and Julia Ho. You can
Julia Ho.
Julia Ho. You can go ahead and continue, but I just wanted to point that out.
Oh, absolutely.
This isn't some investigative reporting for a large portion of it. Like it is, a lot of this is just a media scrum, man. Like I would be saying this if it was any other franchise. It just happens to always be the Chicago Sky.
Yep. And look, I'm gonna say this today because I saw this on Twitter today.
3 more minutes of this guy.
Someone saying, WNBA players are entirely like way too aware that of being online. And while I do think there's some like unique parasocial and like elements of fandom here in women's basketball, the way I was saying it to somebody recently was the intensity with which Kobe stands move. We have like 7 Kobe stand-ups. And that is the difference. Is like, I personally believe Kobe stands in the broader NBA fandom. There is like an identity that if you are, it's the Mamba mentality. It's like the thought process. It's his kind of philosophy on life. And that is what people sort of really put their identity around. And so, this hero worship of Kobe to the people that are really stands. I don't mean like enthusiasts. I mean, like if I say something bad about Kobe, someone will be in my DMs being like, here's your address. I'm coming to kill you. Like multiple of those exist in the WNBA. Like Asia has a Kobe stan level fan base. Angel has a Kobe stan level fan base. Caitlin Clark has a Kobe level fan. They all look different. They interact differently. There's like dialect, like it's all in different subspecies.
It's literally like the Game of Thrones houses, like the intro, and it's just like the different fan bases.
Literally, it is Game of Thrones. It really is. And the reason that I kind of say that and bring that up is because I don't really think that, the way we talk about or the way WNBA fans talk about the game is really all that different from how NBA fans talk about it. It's just entering the lexicon in a different way. So when you don't have a frame of reference for the sport, you're looking at it like, this is ridiculous. Like y'all are talking about this. And it's easy to kind of look back at the NBA and be like, there are things y'all talk about like that are nonsense.
Dude,
like
I've seen some crazy stuff on NBA Twitter too.
Yeah, like
Katie had a burner.
It looked into some weird shit before and like got hung up on some really dumb things. Like fan bases have gone back and forth. I think fans' influence on media content is the different. I think there's a lot of like tail wagging the dog that happens that I think it makes us unique in that end. But I was just thinking about it today and I was like, Kevin Durant, like, get off my Dickerson, bro. Brian Colangelo got fired as the general manager of the Sixers because he was beefing with fans via burner accounts. Like Game of Zones made a whole episode off of it.
I remember that.
I can do slam. Like it's everywhere online now. Do it. And so to me, it's like, yeah, man, of course we're gonna dissect all this stuff because that's what we do anytime Luka opens his mouth about JJ. It's the same principle. That's like I'm taking crazy pills. Anyway.
Yo, that was definitely a show. Now, get them off of there. Where you at, Brass? Where'd I put you? Nope. Oh, there you go. All right.
Topic is
we don't need to know about your topic either. You out of there. Let's delete that so that don't pop back up. Welcome, Brass. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
So pretty. Honor to be on your channel. What's up, Kat? I see some people I'm familiar with. What's up, MSL? What's up, Be Real? My peoples. But look, let me enlighten the people in the chat in case you don't know. What's up, Reddit Milky Way?
Yes.
Listen, and I know you remember this, SP. We recall that famous video of when Teaspoon and Pagliocca were sitting together in the war room during the 2024 WNBA selection draft.
Yep.
Featured Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Rakia Jackson, Aaliyah Edwards, Cameron Brink,
Brinks. Yep.
and JC Sheldon. She was in that draft also.
Yep.
And of course, we know the order. But anyway, with that being said, that reminder. Of course, Camila Cardoso. Can't forget Camila Cardoso.
Yeah, number three.
Exactly. Yeah. And we had discussed key facts, and me and Keisha talked about it for a minute, and I'm sure y'all remember that Camila Cardoso was basically Jeff Pagliocca's pick. A lot of people say that a lot of people. What's up, Uncle J.E.? I'm gonna get messy. But that's what we're here for. We're here to get messy. But look, we all know that was his pick. I think because we know that Pagliocca was hired after Teaspoon was hired as head coach.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, 100%.
And she wanted Miller. She wanted Miller because her and Dawn Staley go way back to their WNBA days.
Yep.
And keep in mind, these women know each other.
They all do. Those
former coaches who played in the league. Stephanie White was Dawn Staley's teammate at the Charlotte Stain. A lot of people forget that, and that's why she drafted. Raven. But back to what we're talking about. Now Pagliocca, so pretty Tony, allegedly wanted JC Sheldon with the next pick.
Yes, he did.
And of course, Teaspoon wants Angel.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going to take Angel because that's the deal. You got your first pick, I got my second pick. But Pagliocca wanted JC Sheldon. I know JC Sheldon very well, not personally, but very well because I used to live in Columbus, Ohio. I'm an Ohio boy.
Okay.
And he's from a suburb called Dublin, which is where the Memorial Tournament is held. As far as golf, that's where Tiger comes every year.
Yeah.
So I knew JC Sheldon from high school. And of course, she went to the Ohio State University.
Yes.
Like Kelsey Mitchell did. Kelsey Mitchell being from Cincinnati. But anyway, he wanted her because he wanted a point guard. Yep. He wanted a point guard. But who was it that took JC? She was chosen before it got to
what was that? LA?
LA? No. LA got Cameron Brink and Rakia.
Yeah, but I think
it was Dallas
before she went to Connecticut.
I think it was Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, it was Dallas. They got her before Jeff Pagliocca was able to scoop her up. But yeah, there you go, Chad. Thanks for the help. My senile brain finally remembered. Dallas. Then eventually, down in when it got to the 7th pick, of course, we remember when Teaspoon Pagliocca announced that they got Angel Reese from LSU. And the look on his face after that pick said it all.
It said it all.
He was not happy.
No, he wasn't happy.
He didn't want her.
He was not happy at all.
Because remember the narrative surrounding Angel that year, except for those of us who really know ball. But ESPN and all these other naysayers had a lot of questions about Angel. Can her game translate to the WNBA?
Yes.
She's not. Even though they won a national championship, she's not as good as Cece. Even though they play two different positions. Okay,
Right.
She's not happy.
Yeah.
So this is what all of this mess stems from. Of course, Teaspoon, as we know, got fired after her first year to the dismay and disturbance of Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And of course, Pagliuca lied after he fired her, saying that he wants a coach that has experience, championship experience. And by the way, as a side note, and I'm glad you brought that up, Uncle J.E. Shout out Uncle J.E. LA wanted Angel. Quiet as cat.
No, I remember that.
But because Kurt, what's his last name? Kurt something, whatever his name. He was the head coach of the Sparks back then. Yeah. And of course, he went to Dallas. But he wanted Angel, but Jeannie Buss wanted Cameron because she's from the West Coast. She's from Oregon, but she went to Stanford, California, blonde hair, tall. Mm-hmm. Girl, she wasn't even, in my opinion, she wasn't even the best player on her team. I thought Kiki Iriafen was, but that's just me.
Yeah.
But of course, she wasn't eligible for the draft back then, but she was on her team.
She was on her
before
team.
She transferred to USC. Mm-hmm. So after Cameron got drafted, that's when she transferred to USC. But that's who they want. They wanted Angel. Angel would have been perfect for LA, but he was overruled by Jeannie Buss, and they wanted Cameron Brink. The rest is history. So they got Cameron, then they got Rickea.
Yeah.
And Jeff Pagliuca, to his dismay, Angel went to Chicago. It was a total shock to Pagliuca and put a wrench in his plans that Angel, not only did she make it past training camp, she elbowed her way into the starting lineup.
No,
of course, we know how Barbie get down. Barbie is Barbie. Barbie not taking a back seat to nobody.
Nobody. She commands the room. She commands the court.
Bam. So this is where all this stems from. Now, fast forward to now. Vandersloot wore her welcome out in the locker room in New York, allegedly. Breonna Stewart and Sabrina Ionescu wanted her out of there. Because remember, the year they won the championship, she was the starter at the beginning of the season, but then her play, then she got benched, as you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she didn't like that.
Nope.
And she started whining and allegedly whining and bitching and whatnot. Mm-hmm. So she was a problem in the locker room. So Stewie, but Brondello liked her.
Yeah.
Brondello likes Sloot.
Yeah.
And I think that's the reason why she got tossed. One of the reasons. Because the team was like, nah, get her out of here. Because they wanted her traded. They wanted her out of there, period.
Yeah,
Brondello said no.
Yeah.
Brondello said no. She stays on the team. So that's then when she come to Chicago, from the time she arrived, she was talking about her relationship with Pagliuca.
Yes. Repairing it and getting it together.
Yeah.
Like this.
His plan was to build around her, not Angel, not Camilla.
Of course. And anybody that was blind, what's up, bro, Clark? Anybody that was blind, and I said that before, anybody that was blind to the fact that when this woman this elderly, as they will call them in the W, because she's up there in age, so she would be considered an elderly, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't know that by the way the team played before she got hurt, then something's wrong with you. Something is extremely wrong with you.
Exactly. And then he traded away that first round pick, which ended up being Sonia Citron. He traded away for Ariel Atkins.
Who ended up being dumpster juice. Yep.
Who ended up being she was okay.
She's better than that. She played
for them. Played okay, but that toxic environment created by the front office is what derailed her. Because as good as she was a champion. She won the championship with the Mystics, I think it was the Mystics, didn't she? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it was the Mystics. Yeah. What's up, bro, Claude?
What's happening, Brass? What's happening, Tony?
Oh man, but that was they got rid of her. They got rid of that first pick, that first round pick for her, and then Washington got Sonia Citron and Pinky, the two all-stars for that team. Ariel didn't make the all-star team, so it was a whole big mess. And I think what wasn't anticipated was, number one, that Vandersloot not as good as she used to be. Number two, she's not the face of that franchise because people come to see Angel. Number three, she blew her knee out.
Uh-huh.
And then that put the spotlight squarely back 100% on Angel. Mm-hmm. Angel is the face of that franchise. That's something that Pagliuca never embraced, and he never liked it and never wanted it.
Nope. Yep.
So when they finally trade Angel for a bag of beans and some annihilators.
Yep. Now annihilators taste good too.
Man, I love me some watermelon. My favorite was watermelon. Nowadays, I used to kill me some watermelon and the grape too. But
I got some in my candy jar right now. Y'all can see I got some in my candy jar right now.
Send me some. But look, so she's bitter because of the fans' reaction to get rid of Angel, which is the reason why she made that complaint about the fans. The fans of Angel Reese being the problem. No, it ain't the problem, dumbass. They the ones that helping lace your pocket, helping lace Michael Alter's pocket. You saw the statistic of how much money they made for the first time in their history. Even when they were the first time in their history, they made a profit. Why? Because of AR5.
Yes.
The Barbie.
Absolutely.
The biggest boss Barbie, aka Shy Barbie, aka Bayou Barbie, aka Big House Barbie. You understand what I'm saying?
Dream Barbie now. Yeah.
Dream Barbie, Dream House Barbie. She's the reason. Look, Victoria's Secret boss Barbie.
Yeah.
Vogue cover magazine. Barbie. Best rebounder in the history of the women's game, Barbie. You understand?
Absolutely.
The only player in WNBA history to average a double-double. Her average is a double-double. She's the only one. You understand what I'm talking about? Yeah. Not only is she a rebounder, she's a point forward. She can pass the ball. She can defend. Best offensive rebounder in the league. Yeah, I ain't go on and on. But you want to get rid of that. So this is they're not doing basketball, Pretty Tony. They're not doing basketball. They're doing politics under the guise of basketball, and they're so stupid they don't realize it. Mm-hmm. And you got idiots like Costa Vile and Julia Ho co-signing like on Angel.
Yeah, Julia.
This shit gonna blow up in their face. This shit gonna. And I love me some Rakia, but she ain't Angel. She ain't Angel.
Hey, we said all the time, Brad. We said all the time. I don't care who you bring in to think they would do justice. It's not gonna happen. Skylar, fashionista. Rakia, fashionista, but they're not Angel.
Barbie. They're not Barbie.
They're just not. They'll get there someday eventually, Rakia will. Skylar, your time is, she's another one that's on the clock, right? She's on the clock just like Vandersloot. How many more they have to play? That's do similar things, right? But Vandersloot, you're doing this and not knowing that whether or not she's gonna be there forever, and of course you bring in Sheldon because one, that's who you wanted. Rakia is another player that he actually wanted too, but you couldn't have all of them. You have to make a choice. And so basically doubling back to getting the ones that he actually wanted. They're here. Now, let's see if they give you and bring you what you want. That's going to be interesting to see.
In my opinion, no.
Well, he wanted 3, 4, and 5. That's what he got. Okay. He wanted 3, 4, and 5. So he got that now. He got number 3 pick, he got number 4 pick, and he got number 5 pick for the Chicago Sky. And I would say this: no calls or no case to Rakia, no calls to case of Skylar Diggins. I'ma still say what I say. Skylar Diggins is a solidified Hall of Fame. She's a 7-time All-Star NBA. WNBA is her legacy is set in in stone. She is only here to collect the paycheck that's close to home to be next to her mom. Okay. No, make no mistake about it. I don't want everybody to get the narrative twisted. She stated that many times that she's close to home. She right down the street. She's 45 minutes away from my house. You got what I'm saying? So she in South Bend. Listen, she is not here for the shenanigans, nor is she here for the blame for something that this organization, which is a drug money laundering allegedly machine, she has nothing to do with chat. You know, I made a video this morning about the apocalypse, Tony. The apocalypse on the Chicago Sky, the Sky apocalypse, and that's talking about how the Chicago Sky single-handedly has been a place of horror for all to come. All. There's no superstar, megastar like my baby goat that has been able to last in this crappy, you know what I mean, heroin trading, you know what I mean, allegedly type of organization. So therefore, we have to be able to make sure we keep the main thing. The main thing is that this organization are people who are crooked, thievery, anti-black, anti-star. No, I'm serious. It's not allegedly. It's not allegedly. If it was allegedly, that means that who they have in charge would not be people that look like them. It wouldn't be the Pink Panthers lookalikes. The Pink Panther has Michael Alter. Michael Alter has Jeff Pagliocci, and hand in hand, it is Courtney Vandersloot calling all of the shots. And what she said that she's been involved in everything that has been going on. She said the decisions that was being made for the Chicago Sky, she's been on all of those talks. She said the moves that was going on with the organization and which way that they wanted to push and move forward from Angel, she was involved in those talks. She said that she was really upset about what happened and her name being put in the paper for that Angel put in there with Julia Poe, you know what I mean, Poe Pimpin, Slap Happy, Slutter Muffin, Julia Poe. But anyway, I'm just saying.
Hey, you outside?
Yeah, I'm outside.
Yeah, the people in the chat are saying that there's some background noise, and they can't hear you. It sound like you in the wind, or you got you.
Yeah.
Now you're good.
Better. Yeah, that's better.
Now.
I just closed everything. Okay. So she said that she was in control, definitely on the board and the committee of all of these decisions that has been made. So now, So, that's Courtney Vandersloot. She said that she was involved in all of the decisions, sociably, anti-sociably, in committee, and behind doors in cahoots. You got what I'm saying? So this was a big fumble that they didn't care about because they wanted to get that ninja out of this town. Because one reason is because when I went to the facility last night, y'all can see the video. I got it on the Apocalypse. Also, it's on the Players Club. I went to the facility last night. Walked all the way around, all the way even in back. With Tony and Keisha being on deck. I walked around the facility. I recorded the facility. I talked about it. And I talked to them about it. It's been all lies. It's been all lies. So, a lot of people talk about boots on the ground. Well, I'm the real boots on the ground. A lot of people talk about what they know what's happening. Well, guess what? I went to go and show y'all what exactly is happening. The facility has been ceased and desist in order. I've showed you that there has not been any dirt have been dug. Is that right, Tony? No dirt have been dug. Nothing has been moved since that video they put out. Because why? It's a cease and desist order because this money laundering gang affiliated people allegedly has got themselves in a big pickle. I broke it down from when it is a situation where you got taken to the courthouse and it has to be broken down, and 72% of that facility is left for 600 people, 600 homeowners supposed to take on the taxes for that facility. It's only a 600 people village, you guys. Y'all got to understand that is small as hell.
Yeah.
In Bedford Park, that has a 600 residential area, cannot be paying a 32. Now it went up to 45.7. Now, of course, they mentioned 14.5, 14.3. That they said that they're the ones that's doing it with no track record of where that money comes from, no track record of how they got the money, and no track record of the money even being spent. They are responsible for Bedford Park right now. Being the president is about to be indicted for using taxpayers' funds and economics for that facility that has nothing to do with Bedford Park, but everything to do with the Chicago Sky fleecing the president of Bedford Park. So now what they do, Brass, what they do, Tony, they have ran from Bedford Park and went on the west side and ran back to USC, exactly where they was when they started in 2006, because that's USC is the school that my wife graduated from. USC is the school that my 32-year-old daughter has graduated from. USC has a facility that's state of the art because they have won a championship. Brass know this in the second. It was D2 in their steed, in their own right. They won a championship and they was able to
get some money. Yeah.
Get some money and put it in there. So now what I'm gonna tell you guys is the plot thickens because they didn't want. It ain't about that they didn't just want Angel Reese and who she is, the person. They didn't want the spotlight roaches.
Yeah.
When the lights come on, the roaches go up underneath. The lights came on and they had no idea. It ain't got nothing to do with Angel. It still was coming. The CBA is here. The lights not going to get turned off. The lights not getting turned off, Chet. The lights not getting turned off, Tony. The lights not getting turned off, Brass. The lights are on, and now they running. They trying to duck the rat. Courtney Vandersloot. She wanted to go back to the old Butch Club. I'm sorry. I mean the old club. I mean, she trying to get the things back to where losing was really sufficient and be able to look off of. She wanted to be the old, club of those people who Skylar Diggins is totally against.
Yeah.
So this is what she can't get used to. But I guarantee y'all, just like I told you, Brass, I told you what was going to happen last year. Did they come to the stadium and boo Jeff Pagliocci and ask for him to be fired? Courtney Vandersloot has edged her name in the history of a Chicago bowler. When the stadium opens and when it's a game, the very first game, and Courtney Vandersloot is being able to be seen on courtside, she will be booed in Chicago. I am in the streets right now. I'm telling y'all, I'm in the highways and byways of Chicago. Courtney Vandersloot will be the first player that goes and plays for the Chicago Sky uniform that will be on site booed. I'm trying to tell y'all this. She has edged her name in stone. I ain't want to just light up your show like that, Tony. I'm just letting you know that it's in the air.
Light it up.
It's in the air. So, because I went to the barber shops today, I went to the beauty shops today, I went to the nail shops today. So I've been in the streets since this morning, and they've been telling me about the little video that I did this morning, and they was laughing and talking shit. But one thing they did do, which I told you, I got a barber who is a season ticket holder, right?
Uh-huh.
I ain't gonna put his name out there. He said he is going to boo, and he was booing last year, and he gonna boo soon as he see Courtney Vandersloot go courtside. I'm trying to tell y'all. So Courtney is going to be trying to hide. She's going to be in the box trying to make sure a couple of games, they going to tell Courtney Vandersloot, why don't you just chill out, stay in the back. You know what I mean? I don't even think that you need to go to the bench because the girl is going to be booed in the first game that she set foot on the court. We are booing you, Courtney Vandersloot. So ask for the trade or go ahead and retire. Take that $750K and go up and put it dead in your ass and go somewhere and go holler at your mama and sit with Quirl. Because listen, Quirly can't save you. She already a legend in Chicago. Quirly can't save you. Your wife can't save you. Courtney, you the one that did.
Never come out and open my mouth. She better stay in the dark because then, she gonna put herself in the wrong light, right? Stay in the dark. You got your jersey up. You're doing your thing. You're a legend. Your wife is just stupid right now, and that's just that.
She wasn't even better than her wife when they was in Chicago.
No. I went back and I saw that game, Brass.
That's the best point to push back.
That's a fact, Brass. That's a fact.
On that white boy in that video, talking about he wanted the top, but no, she was not. She was not better than Lindsay Whalen. She was not better than Chelsea Gray. She was not better than what's my girl? She used to play for the LA Sparks. She won the championship with the Sparks, and then she went to Washington because she went to Maryland. Oh damn! And she's the coach now. She was a point guard back then.
I can see her face, but I can't.
Light skin sister. Oh my God, what was her name? It's on the tip of my tongue. But anyway, she was not better. Like I said, she wasn't better than Lindsay Whalen. She wasn't better than Cappy Pondexter. She wasn't better than Sue Bird. Sue Bird was better than her.
Yeah.
No, not Penitentiary. I ain't going back that far, B. Will.
Yeah, that's super far back.
Yeah. Penitentiary is old. Oh, she about the same age as Dawn, B. Will. She ain't no. Christy Tolliver. That's what I'm thinking about. She wasn't better than Christy Tolliver to me.
I was thinking about another one, but yeah, Christy Tolliver. Yep, that's true. That is true. That is true.
So I don't know what they talking about. She wasn't all that. She was cool, but look at who she had around her when she was, because she had Cop. She had Candace.
Yep.
Hey guys, I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, she did have what's her name, who's there now that she brought back, who was a big part. Azure, right? So those were stars.
And I think, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't a young Courtney Williams on that team too?
Yes, Courtney Williams was definitely on that team because she got traded there from
Connecticut.
From the Dream.
But she went Atlanta or Connecticut?
She was in Atlanta because remember her and that's how her.
That's when
What's her name? Her and Kennedy got to that fight. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I think she was with Connecticut after she left Chicago, I believe.
Yeah, she did. She went to Connecticut
and then they traded her to Minnesota. Okay, yeah. But so that's why I pushed back on him about. She wasn't all that, and look, Claude broke it down. Look, they gonna turn on her. People don't understand how much abuse. Listen, look, let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something, man. And I don't condone violence. I don't. I really don't. But you got people out here who are so obsessively in love with Angel that if you look at her crazy, somebody gonna turn your head backwards.
I'm telling you, she should know where she at when she doing that in Chicago. You can put as many hit pieces as you want, Brass. Look, Angel is said, I ain't worried about y'all. Go on and say whatever you want to say. I got you. She's like, this is how I got you. I put my own narrative out there. I gave my own piece of where my trade is going to be. I orchestrated all of this once we decided what we were going to do. And I made y'all look bad. And I beat you to the punch. And I sold out tickets. I boosted tickets, not by 1 or 2, by plus 3, 5. And I sold out. I mean, what are we talking about here? Yeah. If the Hawks weren't in the playoffs, in some instance, some more games would be.
It would be all dream. Yep.
It would be all dream over there.
Yep.
Because they don't have no space.
Nope.
Look, it's gonna be standing room. That's how crazy it's gonna be.
They're gonna have to move them games.
Angel bodyguard gonna have to be on. Have to be on lock.
Yeah, and she's gonna have more than one. She's gonna have more than one. But
yes.
They're gonna have to move it to where the Hawks play.
They're gonna have to. They're gonna have to move more games. People are gonna be fighting each other because they can't get in the damn building. I know ATL. I'm from Louisiana. I'm from New Orleans. We know, if we don't know anything else, we know about ATL.
There you go.
It's so freaking crazy.
Yep.
ATL.
Yep.
Right? Just to get to the stadium.
Yep.
It's gonna be so fucking crazy. When you go to a men's game, you could be in line trying to get in the stadium for dang near 2 hours. It's gonna be just like that. It's gonna be so crazy, so sick. I'm gonna tell you, Brass, I hate being in Atlanta when it's game time because you cannot.
Yeah, the traffic is crazy.
The traffic is unreal. It is gonna be mad. It's gonna be a madhouse. But guess what?
That's why a lot of them Uber.
Yeah, she is well worth it. You're gonna have to Uber. You're gonna have to pay that Uber money too. But
listen, Pretty Tony, let me tell you something. I don't know if you go back this far, but I remember when Michael Vick was in ATL.
Yes, I was right there. Right there. We tried to go to 2 games, Brad. We tried to go to
the female Michael Vick in that city now. She's going to be the biggest star that they've ever had since him.
Yes. She is the biggest star since they had system. It's already talked about. Everybody is anticipating what it's going to be like in Atlanta.
Hey, listen, Pretty Tony. Have you been watching Angel as far as when they interview her?
Oh yeah.
I ain't never seen that girl smile that much in my life.
Brass, she's showing teeth she don't have back there. The wisdom teeth are probably gone. She created some teeth back there so damn wide. Her smile is in the back of her head right now. I'm so elated for her. I mean, I can't. It kind of feels like I'm playing still, right? I'm so elated for her.
She glowing. She glowing happy. I mean, Angel is having a ball down there.
Super calm, super
and the love she's getting down there, man. I don't think her mama love her that much.
You got about 500,000 mamas. She ain't got to worry about nothing.
Angel ain't got to worry about. She got the hoods. She got the hoods. She got the hoods down there in Atlanta with her. She got the suburbs down there with her. She got the rap stars, the actors. Tyler Perry probably trying to work on something now for the.
I'm moving on right now.
She doing interviews with Michelle Obama and her brother. They said they got her back. She
said, don't mess with her.
In the camera and said, "Don't mess with Barbie, or you're gonna have a problem."
Hey, look, days of reckoning is a coming.
Yeah, that's why she ain't even talking about Chicago. She like, I'm gone, I'm good.
Y'all are in the far distance. Angel probably already put a house on the market. They be about worried about y'all.
Yes.
Ain't worry about y'all. Angel gonna get a bigger and a better house. Look, look, they gonna see to it, ATL. Yeah, keep your house over there. You got business in Chicago. Hey, just another house. This girl gonna have houses everywhere. She already got a house in Miami.
Yeah. She gonna have a house with peach tree orchard on her property. Trust me.
Armed security guards all around the perimeter. It's crazy.
Man, come on.
This girl is so big, Brass.
She's big as hell. And she's real big. Big Barbie.
Man, it's crazy. I'm so excited. And
get all those fans from LSU, and they're all the casual fans from all over the South.
Right. And see, the other thing they got to realize, again, like she said, if she could pick anywhere, she got to pick anywhere. And it was definitely the dream, right? Going to a team that's already established, playoff ready, championship caliber team. Hey, we're going to see how it rolls this year. We're going to roll with Rush because I always do believe in rolling with Rush. And if you ever been on my channel, I say that all the time. I'm rolling with Rush. Rush is Angel. I'm rolling with Angel. Wherever Barbie is, I am, right? I'm going to still cheer for all the teams in the W because I'm also going to do what? I'm going to roll with Rush for Chennedy. Although Chennedy sometimes make it scary, right? But I like where Chennedy is.
She belongs in the league, Tony.
She belongs right where she is with the aces underneath Becky Hammonds. Becky Hammonds, and I spoke about this before. Becky Hammonds is the perfect coach for a Chennedy Carter type player.
Yes.
She is the one that's going to get the best out of Chennedy.
Yep. And you know who she called. You know who talked down. You know who.
Teaspoon. I called it out. Look, when I saw Chennedy Carter at Unrivaled, I said Teaspoon making things happen right there.
Yep.
And sure enough, that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
And what did Becky say? Yeah, I talked to Teaspoon.
I talked to Teaspoon. Yep.
It's a no-brainer.
And you know how close those two are.
Yes.
She calls Becky. She calls Becky her sister. She calls Becky her sister, her little sister.
Adores Becky. You know why? Because she basically took a hand in raising.
That's right. With the New York Liberty. Yes.
So it is what it is. Becky will do whatever Teaspoon asks her to do.
That's right.
And that's where that's the key word, loyalty, Brass. When we're talking about loyalty, and it's something that is big with Angel as well. Right? Keep us circle small. Chennedy needs to do the same. She needs to keep her circle small. She needs to deal with the intangibles of people who are loyal. And as a matter of fact, and I said this earlier on my show on the Full Court Trio, the show that Keisha and I have on there as well. Look, this is by far the match for Chennedy on the Aces.
Yep.
Becky Hammonds is the only coach that's going to be able to keep Chennedy within the realm. Not only that, Brass, so will Asia
Wilson. That's right.
He understands that this is Asia's team. And of course, Jackie, and we cannot forget
Chelsea. Yep.
Cannot. So having those three players and that coach to lean on is the perfect match.
Because listen, when she was with Chicago, she was the veteran along with E. Will and Dana Evans. But she's a little younger than them. But she didn't have no. But those aren't really dog. Dana, of course, she was on that team too. They won a championship.
Dana sitting out.
Right, exactly. And so Marina Mabry, I think was on that team too. But or she came a little bit after that. But anyway, yeah. So when you have a team full of veterans, not only veterans, but veterans who have rings, veterans who've been on all-star teams, veterans that are first ballot Hall of Famers, because make no mistake about it, Asia, Chelsea, and Jackie are first ballot Hall of Famers when they're done.
Yes,
so they it's already etched in stone. So she gonna listen to them, and they're gonna keep her in line.
Yeah, and that answers MSL question. Like, he's saying, like, so the question is, what are you really doing with the franchise? And that's just meaning Chicago. I don't give a damn what they do with that franchise. That franchise can turn upside down, and we just gonna watch it crash and burn, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. I think that the players that they have, just to go back to them just for a second, I think the players that they brought in are decent players to kind of keep the franchise moving, but you can't keep the franchise moving if the front office is burning and stealing money, right? Whatever they do with that organization, if he don't end up selling that team, I think it's best for him to sell that team, and then now you get into a better place, a better situation for a organization like the Sky. But
That's
what
correct.
you have there right now is absolutely terrible. It has never been, from just the history of the Sky, been a program or an organization that these ladies can go to and be 100% committed and have a long-lasting career there. Players come and go, and it should never have a revolving door like that. You should be like an Aces. You should be like a Dream. Although Dream had to basically break that whole entire team up when Chennedy and Courtney was there, and they moved all of them players over. They all went there, right?
They're even under new ownership and management now.
Yes, which is absolutely fabulous. It's amazing, right? And not only to think about that, they all want, love, and adore Angel. They love her skill set. So not only do they like her as a person, right, and love what, of course, she's going to bring to the Dream, they love her skill set. So that's the bonus in all of this, which is a perfect match for Angel. Although I would love to see Angel, Ken, and Barbie play again together. Where they both are, it's perfect for both of them. And let's just say that maybe somewhere down the line, because of course, when Chennedy came back and she went to Unrivaled, she said she was there to see Angel. So that's her girl. They're always going to be girls, regardless. They understand each other, and that's just the way.
They had a little bit of rocky relationship there, but
to other people, but they run it in.
Yeah, Teaspoon brought them together. She called Chennedy and Angel and told them to work out their differences. They kissed and made up, so to speak, and now they back cool again. So that's the reason why Chennedy on Twitter congratulated Angel for going to Atlanta, and then Angel congratulated her for signing with the Aces.
Guess when they did that? Guess that was their meetup when she went to Unrivaled. That was their meetup.
That too. Yeah, right. Exactly.
Angel was there.
Exactly.
Angel had just come back. Angel wasn't traveling and on the road.
Right.
So, and then Chennedy was free, and they both were available. So that was
right. Right.
So, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Now, that's another ball that the Chicago Sky fumbled.
Yeah.
I mean, when everybody was calling them Ken and Barbie, I mean, you talk about a
ride that wave.
Man, you talk about a marketing giant. Man, if they would have kept her and Camilla together, Angel, Camilla, and Ken together, man. Ken and Barbie.
Look, I got goosebumps. I got the chills from just the sentiment of that, knowing what they brought together and adding Camilla, and also that, to me, I think would have set Camilla in a different frenzy. Also, Camilla, I think, went off.
You know who put the battery in her back? It was Angel.
Mm-hmm. She hates that Angel's gone.
Oh,
She
of
hates
course.
that Angel's gone.
Like that.
She missed her buddy.
Yep.
She wished her. She said, "Go be grade 5." She wants to play in the league. She want to be in the league, so she's gonna do what she has to do, regardless to where she plays at. But I'm gonna tell you right now, y'all do one thing to Camilla. Camilla is gonna flip on y'all, and she gonna cuss somebody out. Y'all keep messing with Camilla. Camilla quiet, but Camilla's dangerous.
It's not going to end well, unfortunately, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's not in that organization.
Yeah, she's going to be up out of there too because, they don't even talk about her. They talk about Vandersloot. They talk about Rakia. They talk about Skyler. They don't talk about how they're going to make Camilla better. This, that, and the third. They don't even talk about her.
Remember in the interview with Rakia and Skyler, there was the only time they mentioned Camilla is when one of the reporters asked the question.
There you go.
Other than that, they did not. And I mean, Skyler, she doctored it up, right? As to what she's there for. And this is Camilla's franchise. Y'all stop this nonsense.
That's Vandersloot.
Y'all stop the bullshit. Y'all lying through your teeth. I said that last year when Vandersloot started playing. I said, look at this shit. This is the Vandersloot team. Why they keep lying there? Why does everybody keep talking about, yeah, well, Camilla? Y'all stop that.
Right.
Y'all stop it.
And that's why they're not making the playoffs, because if you don't give Camilla the ball, she's not going to be interested.
And you got some players on that team that's going to want to take all the shots. I'm sorry. Ezra Ray is a shooter. Ezra Ray is a 4 that likes to sit on the 3 slot and just put up threes.
They don't talk about Maddie.
Yeah.
HBL, she might be, they probably cut her at the end of training camp.
Yep, training camp is over. So that's why I just said I can't wait to see what happens with the training camp now that this week is pretty much it, right? Because they start playing.
Yeah, they
play. I want to see who all will be cut. In Dallas, with having dang on 26 players in their training camp is crazy. That's crazy. But at least they're giving themselves a shot. I like to see that. I hate that they gave my girl Odyssey Sims just a training camp contract. I'm glad they gave her that so they can pay her throughout the time she's there. Yeah. But somebody's got to offer her. Just like I hate that Natasha Cloud isn't with somebody, right? Natasha Cloud's another one that needs to be with somebody. Name off a few players that why aren't they signed yet? And some
that's a whole story there.
Yeah, that's a whole nother.
That's a string. Show. That's another whole string for you.
Show in itself.
Yeah, about the time.
Like I got a whole nother show. But CC ain't getting off. She ain't getting off. That heifer ain't getting off. I shouldn't call her that, but that's what I called it. It is what it is. She ain't getting off. She ain't getting off. I like her, but everybody gets critiqued over here. I don't care who you are. You ain't above approach, and you ain't above being talked about.
I'm gonna make a confession. A confession.
Go ahead.
I'm a lightweight Fever fan.
Hey, I'm not against
Fever. Why? You know why? Raven.
Yeah, exactly.
Raven.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna watch Fever for her, and we're gonna watch just how many times that Stephanie White put her on the floor.
It's gonna be a lot.
Because she's gonna have to defend. She's gonna be that one that's gonna defend because the teams have bolstered their rosters throughout. It ain't no 1 or 2 teams that got the players, right? Players have gone here. Everybody's moved for money. And that's what it's about, right? Now you're there. Let's see what you're going to bring to the table to the teams. But we are definitely going to see what's going to happen because I'm telling you right now, I tried to get a ticket to the Aces game, the Aces and Wings game, because I'm here in Texas. It's sold out. I can't get a Dream and Wings game. It's sold out. Look, you ticket holders, my birthday's coming up. Y'all need to give me a ticket. That means you can't go because I got to go. I'm just saying, right?
Right.
But it's insane. It's insane. And I'm still trying to get a ticket to fly to Atlanta and go watch a game. Man, these tickets are so crazy, Brass. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm saying I can't afford to go. I'm just saying why they gotta be so high.
People that got tickets before Angel got traded, lucky dog.
Hey, lucky. And if you didn't but if you didn't pay outright, you'll guess what? You're still a season ticket holder, but the price just went up.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not grandfathered into that price.
I want to see Raven because these Clarkies are crashing out. You even got Fatlock up here talking about some conspiracy theories about FaZe and Caitlyn. Now listen, she gonna phase herself out. She don't play no damn defense and learn how to go with her right hand.
Yep. Because if anybody can go ahead and give a full teaching on how to defend CC is Raven.
Exactly. She remember she got.
You keep passing up her hand and not dapping her up, CC. She gonna give your secrets away.
Yeah, you know she's still PTSD from 2023.
Exactly. That's why she didn't slap her hands. She got Brass. How do you be the first person in line when you dapping up the team? How do you miss the first person, which is Raven?
Man, ain't nobody thinking
about else. But CC, do you? We got you, CC. We gonna cover you. We gonna watch. You know, because we watching. We coming to see Raven. I mean, I want to see Aaliyah Boston too. Aaliyah just got to stop using them elbows, which she did a decent job in Unrivaled.
Are you talking about Aaliyah?
No, I'm talking about Aaliyah. Yeah, Aaliyah Boston.
Yeah.
Miss Elbow Queen.
Right, the Elbow Queen. Yeah.
She couldn't use them in Unrivaled like she wanted to. So let's see how that translates back to the W.
Plum had me cracking up when she did that video. When they were imitating each other, she was imitating Aaliyah throwing her elbows. That shit was hilarious. Plum is funny as hell.
She's crazy girl. She's crazy girl. You saw her interaction with Angel with Team USA.
Yeah,
she's kind of. Did you see how they crashed her video? I mean, crashed her photo shoot. That's crazy.
Yeah, right.
I like to see the women just enjoying themselves, having fun. In between the lines, I'm gonna bust your head. I'm gonna bust your white meat show, right?
That's right.
We come off the court,
we can kick it.
And practice is over. We kicking it. We chilling.
We can kick it. Yep.
And Kelsey like to go have a beer and a cigar and all that stuff.
Crazy. But the season's gonna be very interesting. Yeah, but you know the thing about the fever that they lack, and what people are not talking enough about, is Natasha Howard not being there. They really gonna miss her.
Was a big
really gonna miss her.
And look, this too, Brass. As much as we didn't see a lot of Turner, when Turner went in, Turner was a difference maker in being able to board for them. She wasn't a big scorer, but she was a big boarder. She clogged up space, and so they're gonna miss that aspect as well. So
what's her first name? Monica? Is it Monica Turner? Was it Monica Turner?
I can't remember Turner's first name. I just always just called her by her last name, Old Turner, because
I know you talked about.
Yeah, she's over at the Aces, and she's gonna do the same thing for Aces that she did for Fever, and that's a great pickup for the Aces as well. So the Aces did a good job of picking up in the areas that they lacked, right? Still keeping
Brianna. Somebody in the chat is
Brianna. So that's a big pickup for them. Her clogging based on what they had. Turner is better.
Yeah. But Howard their physical presence. Yeah, Howard was their banger physical presence type, enforcer type that got you rebounds and was the thing about Stephanie White's teams is that they're very physical.
Yes.
You know, she don't.
It should be.
She don't like no hoes out there shying away from.
Exactly.
She kind of looks at Cece as she's kind of soft because she always complaining about physical play. Stephanie is like, that's basketball. You wouldn't have been able to survive in my day if you'd have played me and Dawn and Lisa Leslie's day and Penny Toller and Cynthia Cooper and Teaspoon and I mean you Lauren Jackson and then I mean you would have got ate the hell up. You think it's physical now?
Yeah, man. Yeah. But I'm gonna tell you.
When Yolanda Griffith put her damn elbow up in your chin, you'll know what's up.
Yes, absolutely. We had a discussion earlier too about the dream and the 5 position, right? And what we assume or assume that they're gonna go with, right? And we know that we have Okat there, and Okat is the only next big besides Bree Jones. Okat has to feel her way in. It was easy for Angel and Camilla because Chicago really didn't have any bigs. They had bigs, but they weren't the bigs like the rookies that came, right? So you have some bigs in at Atlanta, but you gonna have to, even if you went small, right? They're quick, they're agile, they're athletic. I think that they're gonna do some things, and once Okat get in there and get comfortable, Okat's gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
She's looking pretty decent right now.
Yeah, she is.
They say she's progressing very well. One thing about Semesco, he's very good at developing bigs.
Yes.
And the thing about Okat is she can stretch the floor. She's a lot like Jonquel Jones in that aspect because Jonquel can step out and hit that 3, and so can Okat.
Yes, absolutely. Hey, hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. I like it. I like what the Dream has. I love what the Aces have. I like what Fever does. I like what the Wings is trying to do. I like the pieces that Chicago brought in. Is just a messy organization. I like what New York decided to do. So there's quite a few teams.
Anything, Pretty Tony?
Huh?
Phoenix, have they done anything? I haven't heard. They've been very quiet.
They brought a bunch of people in, but I gotta see what they look like because it's nothing that I've seen that's going to be a sleeper team that we gotta watch for, right? I think that they're gonna be okay. They're gonna win some games, but they win them all. No, to me, I think it puts Kai in a tough situation, but she's gonna be the go-to. Nope, she didn't leave. She's gonna be the go-to person, which is also good for her because she still gets to be considered that franchise player for them. But I don't want her to get frustrated. I really don't. Don't.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how they end up, and I like what Seattle's got coming back. Of course, Jordan Horston's coming back off an injury.
Yes.
And they got Flaude and Malanga. They're very young.
They're super young, but they're gonna be hungry. I don't know how much they'll do, but I want to see the hunger in the young ones.
Heidemann.
They're very big. They're very
big. Yeah, they're huge.
Team. So
they're huge. Yeah,
they're big. Wings is big.
New York
is huge. You just got some huge teams out there. So watching teams like the Dream, who isn't that big but very talented, very skilled.
Yeah, they're not small either because they have big guards. Yeah, they got big guards, including Angel. You might as well call Angel a big wing, a big guard.
Eventually,
I think the shortest player is Jordan Canada, but the rest of them are like, I think Papa's like 5'9". We know Ryan Howard is about 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot. Alicia Gray is a big guard. She's about 6 foot, about 5'11", 6 foot, somewhere around in there. And Naz Hillman is about 6'3".
Yeah, they picked up some other big too, some other guards. So I like what their roster is going to look like too. I mean, the depth of what they have for skilled players I'm loving it. I want to see who all they're going to let go. I think the girl from North Carolina that they got is
Yeah.
a big win. That's a big win for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be
Like the girl from overseas too, Borlays.
Ballet. Didn't
Yeah.
they get an what's the girl from China? That they got a
Yeah.
PG.
Yeah.
She is
Yeah.
wee, y'all. Ooh wee.
Nasty on video. Yeah, she looked nasty.
Nasty on video, boy. I want to see her
Yeah.
come in
Yeah,
and
I want to see what she do.
nasty, man. You
Look
talk
nasty.
about another PG that's
Right.
she dirty
Yeah.
nasty.
Yeah, it's hard to judge her because she played in China.
And everybody look good in China.
Yeah. Camilla be average like 40 a game against them jokers.
They all look good in China, but
That's what Kennedy. Kennedy was there for a while, and she a superstar in China. I ain't never seen nothing like Kennedy in China. Another team I'm interested in, and I really, really can't wait to watch. I think they're going to be very entertaining to watch. Is the Mystics?
Yes,
they got a lot of young bucks, and they athletic as all get out.
Yeah, they're gonna remind me. They're gonna remind me of Storm. So yeah, those two teams are definitely gonna be in there because when you're young and you have no fear, you play hard the entire game and never give up on a play. So that's gonna be the key for those two teams, those two organizations.
Yeah,
I'm gonna like that. Dallas is another team that's just bringing in a lot of vets that are very that are winnable vets. So yeah.
It'd be interesting to see how Paige plays with Enrique and see how that goes. And with Washington, I want to see how Lauren Betts fits in with Shakira,
Austin, and
and Kiki. That's a promising front line right there.
I think she's gonna do well with Kiki because Kiki playing a 4 with Betts and Austin. That's what I want to see. And although I want to see them, they're both 5s, but Shakira can play some 4. I would like to see.
I love Shakira. She's one of my favorite players.
Together, So they're super big. Like you got some teams
better defensively, but overall, I like her game.
Yeah. So we're gonna have a good W, guys. I wanted to make sure that I mentioned all that because we gotta remember the moves that was made were extremely intentional, right? Not just for the money, but very intentional.
Yeah.
So for all the teams to be competitive, so you're gonna have some games that are probably just gonna go down to the wire where we think, oh well, this team has a leg up, but it's gonna be nice to watch a very demanding super watch WNBA.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait. But I definitely truly appreciate you, chat. You have done a wonderful job. I'm watching some of your comments in there. Y'all have some great points, great ideas, great fruition for what the W is heading to and what it looks like and the different players. So if you haven't hit the like button, make sure you hit the like button. If you haven't hit that sub button, definitely sub up. I saw some newbies in here. Please sub to my channel. I'm gonna tell you sub because it's like this all the time. Now that I'm used to being up here. I know my first few runs was a little slow, but we off and running, we kicking it, and I'm loving every ounce of information that you all put in here, that you send me, that you want to hear me talk about. Brass, you're always welcome. I love you to death. I appreciate you. MSN, man, you are a wealth of knowledge. I love your takes in there. T Camilla, everybody that come in, Williams down to Brian Lewis, you just can't name them all. Felicia, you guys are doing your thing. Mr. Johnson, when you come in, look, I just adore everybody. I adore everybody. Those that are new, welcome to the family. Come in, sub up, always come in. Look, I'm on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like clockwork at 5:00. I may sneak in there on a Tuesday or Thursday. And then I'm also live on Full Court Trio. Should be Wednesdays and Saturdays. But, sometimes of the week, you're trying to get up that early at 07. It's kind of crazy. So if we miss you, we'll let you know that we're coming on Fridays. So we came on this morning. We will be on tomorrow, which is Saturday. We come on between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. So again, tune in. I'm loving this. This is my passion. Man, this is just great. You guys have been wonderful, phenomenal. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Tuning in, hanging in, chapting in. And then do know, probably by mid-season, it's going to be members only. So if you're not a member, please sign up as a member. Sign up as a member, because we're going to do some members only, which is going to be some downright low down, get down, dirty, gritty conversations. Something that you just can't do in the open channel, where YouTube is trying to hang you by your neck and saying, give me that. I'm going to put you in timeout. I don't need to be in timeout because Bro Claw is in timeout right now. ADP, she should be off of timeout. I'm trying to, look, I got a warning, so I don't need to be put in timeout. I just need to keep going.
They be tripping, man.
Yeah, man. They something else. They something else. But we definitely gonna see.
They keep my girl Key in time. I'm like, man, come on, man.
It's crazy. This is insane. Like, what happened to the good old days, YouTube, where you could say and do whatever you want? Why are y'all putting all these stipulations? Right? I've been watching YouTube for over 10 years straight.
Yeah.
11 years straight, because I started off watching my boy, old Funny Mike, and him, and loving what he did with the kids and just bringing straight comedy to YouTube. And it was big during COVID. And then you get into all of the YouTubers at that point, right? So, man, you used to be able to do a lot of things. Now it's quiet in fucking YouTube. You gotta stop that.
Right.
If you want people to come in here, you gotta let them be themselves. Okay, you don't want a whole lot of cussing, unless it's a channel that's just explicit. We get it. But most of these podcast channels are not kid friendly, so stop it.
Right.
Let us do what we do. Let us say we gotta say. Stop putting people in damn timeout. Stop telling us we can't show other creators shit. Otherwise, it wouldn't be free on YouTube to watch.
Right.
That's the other thing. Stop it, YouTube, but don't ban me. I'm just telling you. I'm just trying to be honest with you, man. Stop putting stipulations on us.
Right.
Let us do our thing and let us get the best content out there that we possibly can from all platforms to everybody that's out here. I'm wishing everybody, I always wish everybody well. I wish everybody nothing but the best. Getting your numbers up, run your numbers up, run my numbers up, and let's make this money, right? But at the end of the day, it's about putting out the right information and not letting people sow discourse amongst certain individuals, because that's not what it's about. Because we definitely come out here and we're gonna put our foot on your neck and tell you differently. And until you stop, we're gonna keep going. We're going to keep going. That's just what it is. But I appreciate you guys. Again, like I said, nevertheless, coming in here doing this. This here is Court Vision with So Pretty Tony on Hoop Talk Facts. Let's keep it running up. Let's keep it running up. I love the fact that you guys are rocking with me. I've had a steady flow of people coming into the chat. You're family. So again, as family, keep running it up. I like it. I appreciate you guys. But again, let's get to rocking with the W. If you are not a huge W fan and you peeked in, but you haven't said anything, lock in this season. This is the season of all seasons that you want to lock in, because you're going to get some great basketball. And for you creators, you're going to have some great content. Make sure your content is straightforward. Make sure it is uplifting. Some people going to get some critiques that they're not going to like, and some folks ain't going to like it, but it's okay. We agree to disagree, because that's why this country is a free country. It's a free country for you to say whatever the hell you want to say. So run it up is all I'm going to say. And with that, again, Brass, thank you for coming aboard. And chat, thank you so much. If you have not hit the like button on the way out, hit the like button, hit the sub button. Also, click on that notification bell. And with that, I'm going to say la vie. Thank you, brother, for coming in and rocking with your girl once again. And that, guys, I will catch you on the next rebound.